Alright, introducing another new effect for OS 4. So over the weekend I actually put together a new overload ignition, and then actually thinking it through, I worked with Fredrik, and we actually, Fredrik added a new preon effect. So preon is, it's used to be a sound file that would play before you'd ignite. So now there's actually a new preon effect capability. So taking my overload ignition that I designed now using the new preon effects, this is the result. So I actually have several of them that I want to show. So big thanks to Jesse Kirkbride. He designed the preon wave file that you're going to hear. So I know a few of you guys sent me some fonts that you had made with preons. I needed a specific length, and I was trying to get something very specific, so Jesse put something together for me. But I appreciate those of you who sent your own files over. They just, for what I wanted to accomplish, I needed a lot longer preon. So these effects that I'm going to show, they're all 8,000 millisecond. Most of the preon files were just a little too short to let it run. So this is the first one. So this is based on the overload ignition, but now it's actually an overload preon effect. So what the preon effect now is it's actually based on the length of your preon file. So that's why I needed a preon sound font that was going to be just as long as the animation. So within the new OS4 library, this will be enhancement capability, so you'll be able to choose. I have 3 versions going in initially, but there'll be more to come. You will need to have a preon file in the font, and that animation will only display for the length of time that the preon file is playing. So if you have a very short preon file, the animation that most of these are designed for 8,000 milliseconds won't finish out. You'll just get the ignition. So of course you can modify the length of time for the preons to match up, but for the ones that I'm showing here now, you would need a longer preon file, because the way the effect works is the effect will display for as long as that preon file is playing. Once the preon file ends, your ignition sound and your ignition effect take over. So even if you have a really long preon animation but a very short sound file, it's not going to let the animation finish. The ignition will take over. So let me show this one again. So again, this is the overload version. So this is meant to be, it's kind of a growing of the power. So you figure all the energy is building up, building up, building up. This is that Dragon Ball Z kind of thought behind it. Is it's going to keep enlarging until it gets to a final critical mass, and then it ignites. So that's why I needed a sound file that kind of matched up to it. So that one is called Overload. And then this is another, again, new preon effect. This one is called Erratic, and it's meant to be as if everything within your saber isn't working quite optimally. So you're going to get kind of sparking, as if it's erratically trying to ignite, but it's not going to. And again, this one's designed for 8,000 milliseconds, and then you'll get your ignition. So just another new preon effect. So these are just new effects that you can actually add in to your style to just further enhance them. And then this is the final one that I have. And this one's just called pulsing, so it's going to be kind of a pulsing in and out, as if, again, it's building up energy, and then it will ignite. So those are the new preon effects. There's going to be a lot more. There's technically a lot you can do with these, but for those of you who are doing the testing for OS4 using the library, I'll have these in the enhancements section very shortly, and you'll be able to choose them and play with them. Again, the way these work, though, you do need to have a longer preon sound file in that preset. If you have no preon, the animation won't actually show. And if you have a very short preon, the animation will get cut short and your ignition will take over. So a big part of this will be getting preon files. I'm sure our font makers will be able to work on them easily. but you need preon files that are of a specific length to get the full animation. The defaults for all three of these in the library will be 8,000 milliseconds. But again, you can always adjust those timings. But for me, for what I'm trying to accomplish, you need that time to get that build up to get that real effect. So more to come.